Yo, yo, Tony D here with a short one. Judge Dredd. This is a reprint done in color, which is weird. Shout out to Russ Alexander. We talked about it a little bit. Black and white's better. I could dig. I was reading this. I just bought it on a whim. Another one of those slumming in the bins type deal and just ran into it. And this one had a cover that kind of spoke to me a little bit more than others. But I read this story and I thought this was worthy of sharing. This kind of gives you more of a taste of that environment that Judge Dredd is in. And you have a lady and a group of people who take over a TV station and they hold everybody hostage. And so they do that here, and then you go back to, yeah, boom. So they're doing it for democracy. And then she starts thinking back to when she first thought of it, and the kids are playing in the park. And one of them hits a judge in the head with a ball, and the judge comes back, and they're so robotic in what they do. He gives them a warning, and she has this idea, I don't want to grow up in a world like this. And she hatches a plan with this group of people to do this, to try to make an impact and get online and give a message. Yeah, it's called the Democratic Tendency, and it's the tyranny of the judges that have spurred this on. So this is the world that they're in, where it's so weird that Judge Dredd could be a protagonist. And like reading Judge Dredd as a younger person, it's a real odd read. It's a dystopian type future, but you really, I don't know, you get attached to Judge Dredd because he's so robotic and he just does his thing. He's like a Michael Myers with where he can think. He's that unstoppable force that I think a lot of people are drawn to, especially in these movies with the unstoppable villain. You're drawn to that a little bit. But Dredd's going to the scene. I like how they show these monitors lined up. They're watching everything. And it was just so weird to me reading this. She's really, what she's talking about is true. You don't want to be under a dictatorship. But you're in a world of post-apocalyptic. There's been nuclear war. There's overcrowding. Everyone is in one place. How else could you live like that but not have something like the judges? It's a pickle. So they have to make a decision. The judges are fixing to come in and they know they can't stop it. So we got to make a decision, and we got to die. All of them agree to die and fight because she makes the remark that people remember martyrs. And yeah, they do it. Check that out. And it is what it is. And she does her thing. I don't know, for some reason, I just thought 1776 type stuff. And she left a letter for her family. They had no idea that she was into this. And it's such a somber ending. And some of these stories would have some kind of reverse flip ending, or there'd be some kind of, I don't know, some finality, but this thing just ends like that. Boom. They just don't have, and the judges even remark, hopefully the mother didn't pass on any bad habits, or hopefully they didn't pick those habits up from their mother. And, of course they did. They're going to carry that on. We know that was the beauty of a Judge Dredd story, where they wouldn't straight out tell you, but you could figure it out. But I thought this story was just, remember, these were written in the 70s. Think about the time period, the 70s. But it gives you a sense of this whole political structure in his future. You got to remember, World War III, mass overpopulation. They're all living in these mega cities that they call them. And is it a natural thing? Is it a natural order of things that happen? I don't know. It gives your mind a lot to think about. It's a no-win situation for anybody. But it was just odd reading that, how quickly it ended, and then liking the judge. It's hard to explain the allure of the book. And Judge Dredd is like, most of the stories, he's saving somebody. Interesting, but with Judge Dredd, you always got to outro, get it.